So welcome to chapter 1. So here we look at the introduction to website development, and this will be the theory part of this course. So to begin with, we have some common terms which will keep on appearing throughout this course. So the first term, of course, will be a website. So we refer to this as a set of pages of information on the internet and a specific domain name. So this is a specific address which you access through the internet, where you can access a couple of pages or information about a particular topic or business. So in this term, you can notice we've introduced another term there called the domain name. So a domain name is what we refer to as part of an email or website address that shows the name of the organization. So let's say your business is called Company X. So you can have a website such that for me to access your website, it's www.companyx.co.ke. So company X dot, now that's what we refer to as the domain name. Next, we have hosting. So once you have your name and you have your website pages or content, so how can we access this? This is where hosting comes in. So this is where your website is stored in a server, where a server refers to basically a storage component that makes sure your website can be accessed throughout the world at any time, as long as we type in your domain name on any internet browser or a search engine. Then next, we also have what we call a URL. So this is a common term which confuses people a lot. So you can confuse this with a domain name, but this is the whole website address. So it basically starts with a HTTP and then there's a colon and 2 slashes, or HTTPS. So HTTP, this refers to the hypertext transfer protocol, whereas HTTPS, you can notice we only add now additional security. So it's a hypertext transfer protocol secure. So HTTPS is mainly recommended, and we'll also be able to do this for URL. So you enhance the security for your particular website. So we have a couple of sample websites here. So we want to learn a couple of things from this. So first thing you can learn, you can see these are the different domain names. So you can see this is finatrack.co.ke. We have c4stars.com. We also have finatrackgps.com. So some of the things which you can notice here is they have different extensions. So you have .co.ke, you can have a .com. So .co.ke is mainly for Kenyan businesses, and it shows the browser that the business is located in Kenya. Whereas you can have a .com, which is not specific to any country. So you can find that a company maybe in Uganda will have ug.co.ug, or in the UK.uk. So, but for .com is a general website address. So you can find this in mainly businesses which target a global user base. So the domain name also can contain numbers. You can notice with one of these websites, you have C4 stars, an actual number. The domain name is also in small letters, as you can see. Everything is in small letters. And we always recommend you secure your website address, the HTTPS. So here you can realize we have two websites with the HTTPS and one with the HTTP. So both websites will work, but you'll realize if you simply click on the one with the HTTPS, the website will open without any problems. But with the HTTP, the users will be sent a notice that the website is not secure. So this can affect your user base. You can see here on top, it's written not secure. So it's always recommended for you to install the SSL certificate to make your websites secure at all times. Okay. With that said, we can proceed to the next part, or we can just wait for this to load. So you can realize now with this, there's no notification up here on security. You can see it's already secured. The next thing to look at is a content management system. So through this course, we'll be able to use a content management system. So this really saves a lot of time and enables you to create a website without any need for coding knowledge. There are a couple of content management systems available. So you can have such as a WordPress, Joomla, Wix, Squarespace, HubSpot, and a variety more. So the CMS, of course, increases the efficiency and helps you create a fully functional website without the coding knowledge, which is key to any beginner and also advanced users in need of saving time. So we should also look at what we recommend. I personally recommend, and we also use in all our company websites. So here we have WordPress. And this is not to be confused with the common blogging platform wordpress.com. So this is quite different. And one of the key benefits of using this instead of the traditional wordpress.com, one of course is now you have additional themes and plugins which will be able to cover. These are things which you can be able to easily use to customize your website. And also another thing is with this you can brand your website completely without using an extension .wordpress. This is good for your brand image. You can also be able to create global websites. So some of the great firms use WordPress, and it's also enables you to create a commercial website where you can be able to run your own ads, sell products, memberships, and also add advanced features. With that said, we can now jump into the practical web design, and starting with the first step, purchasing, hosting, and a domain name. So welcome to chapter 2. In this chapter, we are going to cover buying a domain name and hosting. So as you can remember from our previous lesson, we defined a domain name and hosting. So you'll simply click on the link in the presentation. So here's where we have our suggested hosting company and a domain name seller. So at the moment, we are recommending Truehost. So Truehost has some key advantages. So first is the pricing. Second, it's the local availability. So you have ability to purchase domain names relevant in Kenya. So you can realize the packages are priced in Kenya shillings. So as you can see here, they're saying the charges are per month. But one thing you need to note is this amount is paid annually. So you simply multiply the amount by 12. So it has a variety of packages. Some of the key things you need to note before purchasing any of this is, of course, your budget. You need to look at what fits your budget the most, and also look at things such as storage. So this is key in terms of size of the expected website. If it's something small, I'll go with a smaller package. So for me, I'm going to go with the first package. Here, I'm going to search for a domain name. If it's available, I'll be able to pick. So you can realize there's a couple of available options. So for me, I'll prefer the .co.ke, but you can really scroll down and see the ones which are available. You can also notice that some are unavailable. So that means that those are already taken up. Okay, so we'll click add for the .co.ke because that's my preferred option at the moment. We're going to give it some time. This is the loading process. Once you choose the extension, now you need to click continue. So here, you realize now we can be able to purchase our hosting. So we'll go with the first option. And on the right hand side, you can see the order summary. That gives you the amount. Okay, so once you choose what fits your budget or your needs, you can then click continue. And then at the bottom, you'll also notice that there are additional add-ons which we'll be able also to pick as we go on. Next here, you can choose available add-ons. The DNS management, that's a brief description of what this is. Always tick it. You can also pick the ID protection and email forwarding. So ID protection is mainly what is referred to as the whois information. It's more avoiding spam messages. The email forwarding, this is whereby you can be able to forward emails from your domain name to another email account. Once we've done that, now we can process or proceed to the checkout stage. So the checkout, it's good to look at the total amount and see if it's what was fitting your budget or your needs before you check out, okay? So you can check that. That's the amount which will be recurring per year. For me, I'm good with that. And now check out now. So at this point, you can now sign up. I recommend you setting up with your Gmail account, or if you have the Facebook account also, you can use that. So this enables you to easily sign in future to your account. So we've created this email just for this course. I'll easily sign into it using my Gmail account, and I'll be able to proceed with the ordering process, where I'll be needed to fill in additional information for me to be able to complete my order. So you can see it has auto-filled some of the information. Now I can simply proceed and type in the rest of the information, and we'll be ready to proceed to the next stage. So another thing you also need to note is sometimes people skip some of these boxes. So I'll show you what happens if we skip a couple of them. So we'll be prompted again to go back and have to fill in all this information. So it's always recommended, just take your time, fill in all the relevant information, and always tick at the bottom to complete your order. So now you can realize, now we've been highlighted to fill in all this information. So we'll have to type in almost everything and then proceed to the next stage. So here I'll just fast forward and look or rather display now the final stage. So once we're done, now we can click complete order. So after completing the order, you can see we are now referred to a new page where we'll be able to choose the payment option which you want to proceed with. So for me, I'm going to pay using M-Pesa. So it gives me the till number and the amount. So I'll simply pay this and add the transaction message right above here. Okay, so here you simply just now go to your phone, buy goods, or rather the M-Pesa menu, buy goods, enter that till number, enter the amount, and then pay. And then only insert the first code which appears on your message or your confirmation of payment message. Once you're done with that, click pay now, and this will be able to prompt you to the next page. Now you can see the order has been confirmed. We can continue now to the client area. Here we'll be able now to see our domain name and the packages which we've been able to purchase. So another thing to note is that sometimes this doesn't work immediately, because you can see there is no services here. You're supposed to be able to see hosting and also the domain name. You see it's pending. So this usually takes some time. This is referred to as propagation. Okay, it's a term which means that for a certain duration, you need to give it time for it to be able to be created and be active now online, such that you can be able to access it irrespective of the computer you're using and the location which you're working from. So this takes some time, but we can go to our email. We are supposed to receive confirmation of our payment and our purchase of these services. And also, we are also supposed to receive a confirmation with our Cpanel login credentials. So Cpanel is what we're going to cover in the next topic, but this is basically the back end of your website. So here I'll go into my Gmail account and see if they've been able to automatically send me the emails with the particular informations. So here, just simply log into the Gmail account which we used while purchasing the domain and hosting packages. So now you can see I have a couple of emails from TrueHost Cloud. So these are all related to the account which we've just purchased right now. You know, the domain name and the hosting packages. So there's one email which is missing here, and that's the Cpanel credentials email. And without that email, we are unable to proceed to the next stage. So another thing which you can be able to do, because as you can realize, I'm making this website late at night, so you can check and go back to TrueHost website, and in the live chat area, confirm if they've been able to get your order and if your domain name will be able to propagate within the next few hours. So to be able to do that, you'll have to go back to TrueHost and click on the live chat. So in the live chat, you simply put in your details, that's your name, your domain, and someone will be able to pick it up and you can now follow it up with them. So as you can see, so I'm chatting with one of their support team members. And now the main advantage with this, and one of the main reasons why we choose TrueHost, it's because of this support, which is more or less 24/7. So in case of any challenges, you can simply just go back to the website and type in your challenge, and they'll be able to assist from there. So as you can see now, we are able to chat, and he or she is able to advise on the position, and they are able to notify me if they've received my order, and also how long I'm supposed to wait for it to propagate and for me to move forward. So for the live chat, this will be occurring on the left hand side of the web page, and you can be able to ask them any additional queries which you may have, and also in case of other future challenges, just simply talk to them and they'll be able to assist. So here you can see now that they're able to notify me of the process, and you can just check the chat here below, and after it's all ready and done, we'll be able to receive an email to log into a Cpanel, and that will be the next stage of the class or of the course. In this section, we're going to be able to access the Cpanel. As you can see, we've already received the email address. or rather the email from Truehost, whereby we have our login credentials to our cPanel. So we'll simply click on the link provided and be able to log in. Another thing which is important to note, for all the cPanel addresses, you only have to add the last part, which is /cpanel, to your domain name on any browser, and you'll be able to log into the cPanel account. So I'll simply copy the username and the password, and this will enable me to log in into my account and be able to see what's behind now. And this is the website background. Now we're already logged in. Something important to note here is the different sections of the cPanel. So the cPanel area is actually categorized into 12 main areas. So the first area is the emails. So these emails refer to the custom emails which you'll be able to create related to your domain name. Next, we have Jetpack, which is an add-on mainly used for managing your marketing. We also have files. So this way you can be able to access your files, but we recommend not accessing them through this area due to security, and also so that you're not tampering with your files. Next, we have SEO and marketing tools. We also have databases. We have domains. We have metrics. We have security. We have software. There's an advanced section. There's preferences and Softacular's apps installer. So Softacular's apps installer is a key element which we'll be able to concentrate on once we begin using WordPress. But on to the next class, where we'll be able to cover email creation. So for emails, simply click on email accounts. This will take you to a new page. Here we're supposed to click on create. Then simply enter the first part of the email, which is the username, and then create a password for it. So once you've done that, you'll click create at the bottom, and your email will be ready. So you can see right now we have the first email there, and this can be accessed directly through the cPanel, or you can also create another email right now. Just simply put in another username and the password, then click create, and the email will be ready. Now you can notice now we have two new email addresses. For us to be able to access them, we can simply click on check mail and it will open. And there's also another way of you doing this through what we refer to as webmail. So you simply type in your email, your website domain name, and then /webmail. So right now you can see once you click on it, we'll be able to access the emails, which we can now open. You can simply proceed with Roundcube, or you can also try the alternative, which is referred to as Horde. So this is simply a platform for you to be accessing your emails from. So now you can see we have an automatic email. So this is usually sent for each email address which you create, and it has the credentials for your email address, which can also be used when adding your email to maybe, let's say, a mobile phone device, where instead of going to webmail, you can directly go to your emails, either on Android or iPhone, and simply log into your account. Okay, so you can also check the other mail. So something to realize here. So if you need to create an email from a particular email account, you need to click on it first and then now be able to create an email there. So this works similar as the other email hosting accounts such as Gmail and Yahoo. So you'll get your inbox, there's the sent box, you also get the junk and the spam box. So this is the alternative way of accessing it. So we'll simply type in the domain name, then /webmail. So you'll realize this will prompt us to enter our email address and the password. So if you use this method, you'll also be able to access your emails. So this is usually recommended where you don't have to first log into your cPanel and then again log into your emails. So with this, on any browser, either on mobile or computer, you can be able to simply log in and access all your emails at a centralized location. So here we'll simply put in the email address, the password, and you realize the login will be similar to the one which we had before. Because at the end of the day, you end up in the same email accounts. So here now you can show an example of how to create an email. So you just simply put in the email address to who you're sending, enter the subject, normal way you do it on a normal email account, and then below there, that's where you are able now to type in your content. So you can type in the content, and once it's ready, simply click send, and the email which you're sending to will be able to receive this email. So another thing which is good to notice is sometimes these emails have a challenge. Once you send an email to Gmail or Yahoo, they can easily mark your email as spam. So this is usually a limiting factor once it assumes maybe you're doing a marketing campaign. So with this, it's best to liaise with your hosting company and notify them immediately once you realize all your emails are going to the spam mail, even before you start using your email for marketing purposes. So I've sent my email and I'll be able to receive this in a few seconds by simply logging into the Gmail which the email was sent to and being able to open it and seeing the email. With that covered, now we are ready to proceed to the next part where we'll install WordPress and start our website editing. For us to install WordPress in our cPanel, we'll simply scroll down to the bottom under Softacular's Apps Installer and check for the script written WordPress. So simply click on it and a menu will appear. So here we can simply now click on install. Once we've clicked on install, we can delete the wpin directory because we wouldn't need that at the moment. And then we can also add our site details. So you can see there's a site name. Site name now, this is the name of either your business or the website which you're creating. So here for this example, I'm calling this website LearnWeb. Below that, we can add a site description. Another tip regarding the site description, always put a term which best represents what you're doing, and also something which someone who's searching generally for information related to your business can easily be directed to your site based on your site description. So it's a short sentence or phrase which you can add there. Another important thing to note is the admin username. You can change that as you wish to any name which you prefer, or leave it as it is. And for the other options, we won't tick them because they are not necessary for this particular course. Then under admin password, just put in a strong password which you can easily memorize and which is also secure, where someone cannot easily guess it. For the admin email, so you can realize there we have admin at webmail.co.ke, at learnweb.co.ke. So you can also change that as you wish, but I'll leave it as it is because I also created this email. Then another thing now we can change is the preface to a domain and put it as http www.learnweb.co.ke. So the reason we've chosen that instead of the HTTPS is because our website currently doesn't have an SSL certificate, which we'll be able to install later on. Now you can see we've received a confirmation that our WordPress has been installed, and we can also click on the administrative URL to be able to access the backend of the website. So this URL is simply your domain name, or rather your URL /WP admin. So the WP admin is common for all WordPress websites for you to be able to access the admin side of your website. So we'll just give it a few moments for it to load, and we'll be able to see the different features and functionalities which will be available with the main WordPress installation. Also, something else to note is once you've installed it, your website now can be accessed. Anyone searching on an internet browser, your domain name will be able to see the first version of your website right now. So we can look at some of the key features of this WordPress installation. On the left hand side, that's where we have our main menu. It begins with the dashboard, which is where we are right now. So here you get a set of shortcuts and also notifications. Then you have updates. So once there's an update for anything which you've installed to your WordPress, you'll get a notification here. Posts, that's where you will create blog posts. So this can be news or rather short publishings which you can add to our website also to help in creating traffic. Media, that's what we'll upload to our website. All the images, the videos, and other content such as documents and presentations, so they can be accessed under media. In pages, so these are the main contents for your website, which will be in the form of pages where users or browsers can be able to get information from your site. Comments, the default WordPress installation can receive comments from readers or subscribers, which you can also be able to disable it in the future if you don't need the service. And appearance, that's where we'll be able to customize the appearance of the website. Plugins, these can be considered as softwares which we install to enable us perform functionalities, additional functionalities to the website easier without any need for coding. Then under users, these are the users for your website, because right at the moment we have one user, which is the admin. You can add additional users with different roles. You can add subscribers, you can add editors, and a couple of roles under users. Tools, that's some of the things which we'll be able to use to further customize our site. And settings, here we'll be able to set particular settings which are in line with our needs for the website. With that said, we can then now proceed to further customization of the website. We can now jump into editing the WordPress installation. So to do that, you simply log into the WP admin side. And in normal circumstances, it will ask you for your username and your password. But since I was recently logged in, it is currently autosaved. So here, step number one is we need to change the appearance, general appearance of this website. So you can be able to notice once we install it, it comes with a default theme. So this is the way which the website currently looks. And to do that, you can simply visit site and you'll see it. So you can notice the website is quite plain. It doesn't have nothing of great importance at the moment. So hello world, that's automated blog post. So we can first install WordPress theme to better enhance the appearance. So under appearance, simply click on themes. So here there are a couple of themes. which you can choose from. So these themes offer different variety of features and appearances. So for this tutorial, I recommend we install Astra. So Astra theme is one of the most popular WordPress themes. It's easy to edit, and it also comes with templates. So with the templates, these are easy to add to enhance your website development in terms that you don't have to create everything. So it has automated pages and content, so you can easily install this and replace. So simply after installing, you have to activate. Once you activate it, it's now live. We can look at the website and realize the appearance has already changed. So now you can notice the format has also changed. The hello world has gone a little bit higher. The side menu has changed, but our website is still not visually attractive. So to enhance it, we need to install a couple of plugins. So to do that, just simply go and click on the plugins area. And then in the plugins, click add new. So this is where we'll be able now to add additional plugins. So you can remember the plugins were the additional softwares which we install to our WordPress admin site to make it easier to edit. So first, we'll start with Elementor. So this is a website builder or a live page builder. So this helps us create pages more easily, unlike doing it the manual way. So once we install Elementor website builder, we'll also install a couple of add-ons for Elementor. And then you can realize after you click install, the next option is to activate. So at the end, we're supposed to activate all the plugins which you've installed. And since we're using Astra, we'll also have to install starter templates. So this is what I was referring to earlier as the templates, where we can be able to get pre-made website formats and content. I'll also add the Elementor header and footer builder. So this can help us build a more professional header and the footer. We'll also add the happy add-ons for Elementor. Okay, so right now, this is a starter page for the starter templates. This has automatically opened. So this doesn't happen all the time. It's because I've already clicked activate. So I'll give it time and install the rest of the add-ons, and then we'll be able to start working on our WordPress website. So you can see there are a couple of add-ons. You can try additional ones, but for this tutorial, I will only install a few, and then we'll be ready to go. So always remember to give it time and make sure everything is already installed and you're only left to activate. And now in the plugins menu, highlight all the new plugins that you've installed, and then under bulk options, you'll be able to activate them. So it came with 2 additional plugins which were already installed with our WordPress admin. There's the anti-spam and the Hello Dolly. So we won't use those for now. You can also delete them, but I'll just leave them as they are. So under bulk actions, once I've chosen activate, just simply clicked on apply, and all of them should be activated by now. Now for the starter templates, you realize here we'll be able to get a couple of templates to use, and this will be under appearance. Just simply go click on the starter templates, and it will open up a new page. So this has been opened due to installation of happy add-ons. I will just simply click next. Here you can choose additional things which you might need while editing or enhancing the appearance of your website. So I'll choose a couple of them and then proceed. So this was an Elementor add-on. This meaning these are additional widgets which we are adding to Elementor, which is our page builder, to enhance our work when editing or adding different features to our website. So you can see there are a couple of them. Sometimes it's recommended not to activate all of them because they'll slow down your page builder when editing online, since it has to load a lot of things. So just choose the ones which you feel like are most likely to be used while editing your website. So you can just take a couple of them. This will be important in also enhancing your knowledge about them later on as we proceed in editing the website. Now, since you realize I'm picking most of them, we can simply fast forward now and move on to the next part. And also, these are also one of the best things about installing this add-on. It prevents you from having to purchase expensive ones, which can be used. You can also realize you can also get a pro version of this to get more widgets, but we don't need that for now. We also won't tick to be a contributor. You'll simply click next and be able to proceed. Okay, now that we are done, we should be able to proceed on and focus on installing the templates. So we go back to the starter templates. So this is a short tutorial or video describing what it's all about. But since we know this for now, we'll simply proceed and build your website now. So here you have to choose a page builder, which will choose Elementor since that's what we've installed. And now under here you realize you have a couple of pre-made websites. So the ones which are highlighted premium, these ones you have to pay an additional fee for, but the ones without any tag, those are free. So here you can see there are a couple of templates already which are ready-made, and I'll look for one relevant to education maybe. That's why I'm searching e-learning, and I can see the first one doesn't really flow with what I'm thinking. I think at the end I'll settle for the third one. So depending with your needs or your client's needs, you can always look for the alternative templates which match the required or the desired output of a website. So from this collection, you'll realize we have different fields and different industries, and the templates can easily be custom made. So don't be limited by what's being displayed at the moment. You can pick a template related to a different product, replace the images and the content to reflect a different service in accordance to your needs. So I'll simply go back to the e-learning section where I have my recommendations, and I'll choose the online courses. So this is really simple. You simply click on what you want. You can proceed. It will actually guide you on the next step. Now you realize now this is how our website currently looks, and you can admit now this is a better or a more appealing website than the one which we had before. So our next job will simply be replacing this content with our own content, customizing it. We can delete what we don't want and add additional things which we think might be important for our course. So here you can simply skip and continue, or you can just follow the guide, upload your logos from here. But I'll show you another way of doing this in our next session. We can now proceed with editing our website. So here you can say we can be able to change the colors, or rather change the theme appearance by choosing a color code palette. So, but I'll just proceed with the default one. Next, you can click on skip and add. So here, these are just the final steps. You can just simply accept it and let it install. Where this will install the theme. the plugins, and also the template content. Now you can realize the website is ready, and this is how our website now looks like. You can notice at the top it's www.learnweb.co.ke. That's the home page. That's the all courses page. We have an about us page, instructors, pricing. So basically you can be able to confirm all the content has been imported. So now the only task which you're remaining with is editing this content, and our website will be ready. So we simply go back to the dashboard, under pages, all pages, go to the page which you want to edit and click edit with Elementor. So here it's simply just replacing the text. You can notice once you click on the text, on the left hand side it appears. You can type in what you need, replace the text with your own text. You can also change the images and add additional content. So another thing you can realize is that the video is quite fast, because what the most important part is not what I'm typing in, is but getting the concept of how to do it. So here I'm changing all the content in the top part of the home page. So you'll simply notice I'm just clicking on what I need to change and typing in. Another thing you can notice for the buttons, like the one which I'm working on right now, start course, I can put in the name, the title, and under link, you can link to any URL or any page, where if someone clicks that, it will open for them the new page. We can now quickly proceed here below. You can just look at what you prefer and what you want to change, and simply drag in new things from the left hand side. You can do that by clicking on the elements and dragging them to your preferred location. Now this is just for explanatory purposes. If a section is not truly appealing to what you want, you can change either the color or simply delete the whole section. So let's say, for example, in this section, I want to edit the color. So you simply, or rather change the background. So upon clicking the top part, I can be able to upload new media. Now you can realize we have a new background for this. We can also be able to change the text color as illustrated in the video. With that said, I think you can quickly rush in and also show you some key concepts. Where a lot of people go wrong while editing these templates is adding images which have different dimensions, or after you change a background color, you don't change the text color, so it looks less professional. So something good to remember when you're adding in content, always create a standardized content where you can look at the size and create a similar size image for your use. Here under media library, those are all the contents which have come with our installation of the template. So that gives us the free images which are used throughout the website, but you can also be able to add our own. So again, you can realize now on the left hand side, I'm going to try and add a couple of things. Let's say we want to put in our courses in this section. So we simply look for an element which will best suit it. We can look either for an image and then add a button, or we can also add a title, add a subtitle, that is, to our content, and try to play along with it. And from the add-ons which we installed from Elementor, you can realize we can be able to do a couple of things towards the appearance and how our website looks like. So here I'm trying to work with some tabs, but these are just for explanation purposes. We can easily rush through them. There are several widgets which you can be able to use. So this I recommend you to take some time, go through each, be able to try them out and see what suits you best. Something also important to note is rows and columns. So here you realize first we added a row, and within the row we are able to add columns. So and in this column now we can be able to add content. This is to help us in structuring our website better. So here it's where we recommend using an application such as Canva, where you can be able to set specific dimensions of images and artwork, which you can be able to add to our website. So I'll quickly rush here. I'll put in a couple of template contents, or rather not template, but sample designs of how I could display my courses. Then once I'm done, I'll download them to my computer, then upload them back to our WordPress site. So to upload the content, you simply click on the image widget which we add to our page. Then once it pops up, click on upload new image. Then look for the image in your computer and simply upload it to your computer. To your website. So you can realize I've uploaded all the 4 images. Then I can simply just click on each and add them to the respective locations. With that said, at the end of it all, you must click update for you to be able to update your web page. And also, once you've done updating it, you can view the changes which you've made, and you can also proceed to editing the different pages. So we can obviously not do this practically with you, where I change all these contents, because it will take a lot of time. So the important thing to note is the processes of how you can be able to edit the content to suit your needs or the purpose which you're trying to achieve. And then once it prompts you to update, you need first to update the page which you are editing before exiting. Then try and drag in what was prompting that. Click update. This is a normal thing which occurs. Then just upgrade to the font awesome. Click continue, and it will take you back to the web page, and you can continue editing from there. So now you can realize I was trying to add a button, but I was getting challenges doing that. But now once we update the fonts, you'll realize right now if I try and drag in the button, it will simply come into place. Yes, to do that, just remember everything is being done on the left hand side. That's where we get all the widgets which you need to be able to add, and drag it to your desired location. And also something else which is important to note, one of the advantages of using Elementor, you can simply copy and paste content. So let's say we've created this button, we also want to create another button. Instead of us going back the whole way and doing it, you can simply just copy it and paste it to the different sections. And it's also the same when trying to delete. Simply just click on it, and you easily delete anything that you've already added to the website. Something also important to note is how to change the colors. So that's the process. Under style, you can simply click on the color, change the color code, or rather go to Google, search the color which you need, look for the color code, and simply come back and paste the color code. So let's say I'm looking for the yellow color code. I'll simply Google that. I'll get the code. Once I copy this and go back to the website, if I paste it to the button color, I'll be able to change that button color to yellow. So you can see that. We can also now be able to enhance the look. If your website is not visually appealing, let's say for example the yellow, now you can realize our text was in white, so it's not currently very visually appealing. You can simply delete it, add a new one, or change the colors to the preferences which matches the theme of your website and also the color code of what you're trying to achieve through your particular website. Now I'll add a dummy button here. Now we can simply rush through this and proceed to the next part of the course. Now as you can see, now we'll be able to copy and paste this throughout the website. And if our website was done, we could also link each button to a particular page where we want the user to be redirected once they click on the button. So with that done, always remember at the end of it all, please remember to click update at all times to make sure your content has been updated. And once it's ready, you have to go back to pages, choose the new page which you want to edit, and simply take on the same procedures we've done right now while editing this. So to do that, you simply exit to dashboard. Once you exit to dashboard, it will return you back to the main page interface before editing with Elementor. Simply go back again. After that, click on the top left hand side. That's to redirect you back to the dashboard. The W with the black logo with the black background. So we can do another example of editing another page. Let's say we want to edit the About Us page. Simply go to Edit with Elementor. The page will open and we'll also be able to change the content here. Also, in this page, I'll be able to properly demonstrate what I meant by maintaining same dimensions. So let's say I want to change the image which is here. Some people simply upload any image size, and you'll realize this can change the appearance of your website. So to do that, simply just click on the image, look at the dimensions, and now once you go to Canva, create similar dimensions for that image, and now edit the image as a similar size, download it to your computer, and then upload it now back to your website. Another thing to note here is always remember when editing a website or creating a website, avoid using images which have copyright. For you to be able to do this, once you use an application such as Canva, you'll be able to get images which are copyright free. You can be able to use them to your website. And there are also other additional sources such as Pixels or Pixabay, where you can be able to get free images. Or also here in the insert media, you can realize there's a free images section. You can also be using that to look for images. So once we've uploaded our image, you can simply update and proceed to the next part. Another important thing to notice is how to edit the Contact Us page. So we can realize in the Contact Us page, there's a map link. So it's good to note that you can put in your actual location on the map such that your users or your clients can easily locate where you are, and they can also get directions, because this map is usually powered by Google Maps, which is the same app used by most people for navigation purposes. So we'll simply go to Edit with Elementor while we are on that page, and you realize the top menu we've been able to click with Edit with Elementor is only available to us because we've logged in as an admin. Now you simply click on the map on the edit button, and on the location, you can put in the location of your business or your office. So if you put in a broad location, you realize it will pick the general area, but you can put in the exact location of your office as long as your office is also available on Google Maps. So if it's not available on Google Maps, just go create a location on Google Maps for your address and simply insert it under location, and your website is good to go. Your clients will easily be able to locate you through this solution. Also, another important thing to note is on the right hand side, we have a form. This form, once filled, you'll be able to receive this information in your admin email, but you can edit it or choose a different form. But you have to go back to dashboard. Under WP forms, you can edit it or add a different form and come in here and choose it from the form drop down. We can also do further customization to our website by, for example, changing the top image, the cover image. So with that, we'll go to background overlays and replace that image with the image of our choice. For this example, we just look for a free image which will be available powered by Pixabay. So we'll simply choose our image here and insert it. And also we should remember, as always, to update. For every change which you make, you have to update. Failure to update, the changes won't be affected. So all these changes can now be viewed in real time. In this class, we're going to look at how to create a menu. So under appearance, simply click on menu. So here we'll be able to either edit an existing menu or create a new menu from scratch. So you can see we already have two menus which came with our installation, but we can create a new menu by clicking on the link. So once you click on the link, you'll have to give your menu a name. So this is a unique name for your menu. And then you can also choose the location of where do you want your menu to appear. So for the menu which we're creating, we want it to be on the top. So we'll put it as the primary menu. Then after that, we'll simply now create menu. So once we click create menu, you'll have to give it some time for it to load. And once it loads, now we'll be able to add in the different parts or the different pages of what we want to appear on the menu. So under view all, those are all the pages which we've created. So we can click a couple of them, let's say around 5 pages, and then add to menu. So once we add them to the menu, we can rearrange them in the order which they occur. We can simply just save. Now once we save, we can look at the actual website and see if our new menu now appears. So to do that, we simply type in the domain and view if our changes have been effected. So it's immediate. We can see the changes have been effected immediately. We can also try and rearrange the order of the pages. So let's say we want to take all courses to be the second part. We simply drag it and save menu. And now if we go back to our page and refresh, you'll realize that the all courses has now come into the second part. So that's something important to note. Then we can do additional customizations to our website, or rather to our menu. So for you to add some new pages, simply click on the pages and click add to menu. So there's also what is referred to as a drop-down menu. So under a name or on the menu, you can also have different pages below it. So that's what we'll try to add right now. And once we add this, you realize that it changes the appearance of the main menu or the menu which you're currently editing. And this will happen once you highlight. If you scroll over the top of the name, we'll realize that below it, the other names will appear. So instead of everything being in the order which we've arranged right now. So to do that, you simply put in the page below what you prefer. And once you arrange it in that format, slightly scroll or move the page towards the right. So now once we refresh after we've saved, you realize under all courses, we'll have a drop down menu, which is an arrow. When clicked on, we'll be able to display the different pages or highlighted. So now you can realize the 2 pages can now be accessed here. And you can also add a drop down to a drop down. So this is good when you have multiple pages and you want all of them to appear in the main menu, but you want your website not to look disorganized. It can look very disorganized if you have maybe over 10 pages appearing in one straight line. So now if you go to all courses, under all courses you'll realize we have one step, and once you highlight that, to get the next step of the next page. Okay, so with that said, you can simply save that menu which you've already saved, but you can also select a different menu and try and edit it. So let's say we go to the footer menu, select that. So the footer menu is the menu which appears at the bottom of the page. The header menu is the menu which appears at the top. So for the footer menu, you can realize it's using custom links. So as it is, if you leave only the hash, once you click on that name, it won't open any page. But in here, we can add any URL. So if the user clicks on that name, it will open the page related to the URL. So, and in this section, you can also add our own custom link. So remember, if at the URL you add a hash, the name will only appear in the menu, but it can't be clicked. If you click it, it won't open anything. So we can try and add something just for demonstration purposes. And we can also add the drop-down menu in such a scenario. In fact, the drop-down menu works best when the first title appearing on the menu is something which can't be clicked, because that reduces the risk of clients or users not being able to access the pages under the drop-down. So with that said, we can adjust one of them, click save, then go back to the main page. Now, if we refresh this page, you realize the menu at the bottom of the page will be able to change to reflect all the changes that we've just done right now. Now you can realize, so this format, the drop down has already occurred, and that's it for that course. We can proceed to the next part. To create a new page, we simply click on Add New under the Pages menu. So once we click Add New, we are supposed to enter the page name under Add Title. So you can have 2 pages with the same name. So the WordPress website will automatically add a number at the end of the new name. So this is what we refer to as the slug. So you can realize after we've typed in our address, let's say www.learnweb.co.ke/our events. So if we add another page, for it to be recognized as a unique page, it will be saved www.learnweb.co.ke/our events and then -2. So this is to enable the website recognize the page. Okay, something important here, when adding a new page, we can also utilize or use a template as highlighted in this video. So once you pick a template of your choice, you can insert it to the new page and start editing it. Alternatively, you can pick the elements on the left hand side and drag them to the page and start editing. So what I want us to realize, the challenge of using this method and why I've picked the template is once you pick this template, the flow will be different from your appearance of your website. So let's say we look for a template such as our events. And the services, there's nothing there. Let's go and be more specific. And then something important, if it's premium content, we can't access it. That has to be paid for. So we can look at such a template and say insert template. And our page will pick all the content from this template, and they can be able to edit it. So now you can realize we've already imported the content. So this is how the page looks like. So we can simply click on anything on the page and delete or edit the content. So this is recommended when starting using WordPress, because it enables you get confidence in development and also enables you get a professional look to your content. So replacing the images, we take the similar approach. Here we can choose free images. Simply click on the image of our choice and insert it under media. So we can see the website looks quite professional by now. But mainly the only challenge could be that it doesn't flow. It doesn't look like the other websites or like the other pages within our website. So it's something important to note in terms of development, always be consistent. So this is just for example purposes, but later on I can also show you how we can be able to delete this page. Let's say we've created it and we prefer going with the previous page. So we can delete this and retain the other page. Also, a different way of creating these pages and making your work easier is through cloning. The advantage of adding happy add-ons, which we added earlier in this course, is that we are able to duplicate content to create a new page. So now here we are looking at how our page looks like in the front end. Something else to note is also that our page which we've created right now is not in the top menu. And when you click on a different page, you can realize the top part is different from what we have in the top of our page. So it doesn't seem like you're in the same website really in terms of appearance. So here I will go back to the dashboard, then go back to pages. And under all pages, we can here now analyze all the pages that we've created in the course. So our events appears twice, you see, because there's one which we created earlier and there's one which we've created a few moments ago. So we can view this. So this is the earlier page which was created for our events. So you realize now this page has almost a similar feel to the general appearance of our website, unlike the page which we've created right now. So we can also view it for you to view the difference. So it obviously looks nice, but it feels a bit different from the rest. So to delete it, you simply click on trash while highlighting the name. And once you click on trash, the page will be deleted, but it will be under the trash section in the top. So you can easily go back to trash also and return it. So here we can learn how to clone. Simply click happy clone. Now you'll have a similar page which will be exactly the same as the one which you've cloned. So you can realize now we have a new page here created, draft Elementor. So you can also edit it with Elementor for us to change it and add what we need. So I'll delete the title and put in just new page. This is just for example purposes. And then edit with Elementor. If it prompts me to publish, I'll have to publish first. So I'll cancel, publish, and then proceed to edit with Elementor. So something else, we can even view the page right now by clicking on the bottom. And once you view a page, you'll realize something. On the top part, you see the term or event still appears, but on top, our slug is new page. So we need to edit the title to match our slug to make the website more relevant to the users. So that's simply done by clicking on the title and editing it. You can also do further edits on this page to make it more attractive and more appealing to the user. Always remember in these sections, you can add in free images or go to Canva and create almost similar sized images to maintain the flow of the website and the attractiveness. So here we'll just, for the purpose of this example, pick a free image, and we can also delete the upper image for you to see the difference in terms of what you can be able to do with the designs. So now you realize we've added the new image, which is obviously too large because we are only seeing the top part of it. Then we can also change the background by simply deleting that, and we can retain it as it is right now. And always remember the end of it all, update. With that done, we can move into the next section. So right now we're ready to install the SSL certificate. For us to be able to install this, we have to log in to our Cpanel. As you can remember, we received these credentials before we were able to start editing the website. So I had auto-saved my Cpanel credentials. So I'll simply enter them and log in. Now once you log in, the first step is to go under Files. There's File Manager. Click there. Then after it loads, click Public HTML. And then on the top right-hand side under Settings, we need to enable it to show hidden .files. Now you realize now you can see a new file there called htaccess. Simply click Edit. And here we'll paste a code. So I've already prepared this, and it's in the documents which you can easily download from this website. Simply copy and paste. Make sure you don't change any other thing in this section, because this might tamper with the website. So once we copy it, we simply go back and paste. After you paste, you can delete that line which comes below. Then make sure you've saved. So save changes. Then after it saves, we have to go back to the Cpanel under the security section. So in the security section, we look for Let's Encrypt SSL. So we'll simply click on that. Then we'll click on the issue link. Then click issue again and give it some time to load. Now once it's ready, you realize that now our site will be secured and we'll stop getting the notifications related to security. So once it's installed, we can simply check it by opening the website in a different tab, and now we should be able to see the lock showing that the SSL certificate has been installed to our website. You can realize in the search bar now the lock is there, so now our website is good to go. So now we're going to look at additional ways in which you can customize and enhance the appearance of the website. So under appearance, we'll click on customize. So this is where we put in mainly the general information regarding how we want our main website to look like. So we can edit the top menu section, we can edit typography, which is things such as how the text appear, and much more. So for example, under typography, we can change the font to a different font. This will apply throughout the website. And as you can see, now we've added a new font. To resume to the previous font, just click in the font which was default, and we can then go back. So here you can notice you can change a couple of things, the colors, borders. Under header builder, that's where we can add our logo to the builder, or rather to the header. So I added this earlier when the class was offline, but I can show you how we did it. So we simply uploaded a logo and using the upload files. And these logos have different sizes. You can realize the default or recommended logo dimension is 180 by 60 pixels. So as earlier discussed, we can create it using Canva and save it with a transparent background and upload it here. So for this example, I just used one of the logos which I have. And once you just click on it, it should appear as a top menu header. But you realize it hasn't changed. So alternatively, to change the logo, you can simply click on the pencil icon just next to the image, and this will give you an option to edit it. And here, once you see the logo, you just simply click on the logo and choose your preferred logo and change image. Of course, give it some time to load. Now this will replace the top image with our logo. Something important to remember here is always be careful about the dimensions. If you add too large of an image, it will affect the size of the row in which the top menu is. So you can see now my logo is already there. Now that's about the header. We can also edit the footer section. The footer section is what is found at the bottom of the page. So for you to be able to edit the footer, just scroll with your mouse on top of anything which you want to edit and click on the pencil icon that appears, and then you'll be able to add content. If it's typing, you can be able to type your content, or if it's links, you can be able to copy the links and paste them here. So once your user clicks on a link, they're able to be transferred to the particular page where the link is directed to. So you can realize we also added powered by FinaHost at the bottom. So that's the main footer. To edit that, we can simply delete that. So what we did is we typed FinaHost Online Solutions, then we highlighted it and clicked on the link icon, which is right above it. And once we clicked on that icon, then we clicked on the gear icon and chose the option to open link in a new tab. So here we insert the full URL of the website which we want the user to be redirected to once they click. So, and after doing that, we simply click add link, and it's done. We can also edit the copyright section. So there we can add additional information such as all rights reserved. This is just to enhance the user's experience when using your website. They should be able to know if they're supposed to copy information from your site, if your site has copyright. It's always good to add those things. And at the end of it all, always remember to click publish, because once now you publish, now everything will be saved, and that's how your website will appear. Another important thing to note here is you can also set your site icon. So this is the icon which appears on top of the web browser next to your name. So you can realize here you're supposed to enter quite a small image, because that's the size of what is shown. So this is recommended just to take your logo and crop it and put a section of it on top there. Well, another important thing to do is always set the home page and the blog page. So for the home page, this is the page which the user will be directed once they type in your domain name to a browser. And the blog page, this is where your blog posts will all be displayed. So with that, we can realize now that our website should be ready to launch, because we've been able to create all the pages, we've been able to customize it. We've also been able to do a good menu. With that being said, we can proceed. Here in this section, we'll try and look at additional things to consider in your website development. So here we look at special scenarios which will require different things or plugins to be used to enhance your product, your service, or the general appearance of your website. So for this, we'll go to plugins. So we'll consider one of the most important things about having a website is traffic. So you always need to know how much traffic your website is getting. For that, we can install a Google Analytics plugin. This will enable us to track our interactions with the outside world, analyze the number of visitors who come to our website, how long they spend in our website, also see the pages or the contents which are attracting most people. So at the moment, you can either use the Site Kit by Google or Monster Insights, so which is currently compatible. Simply install either one of these and configure, and you'll be ready to use it. Another plugin to consider is something for live chat. So live chat is very important. In the event that a visitor or a user is using your website, they can easily chat with you real time. For this, I recommend using Talk to Live Chat. So this is a very stable plugin, and it's also free, and you're able to run a couple of live chat conversations using the plugin. Next, you can consider a mailing plugin. Here we recommend MailChimp. The moment I realize most of these plugins are not compatible, but they'll soon be updated. So this is good for subscriptions, where you can be able to be sending newsletters to your users or your subscribers to your website. The other thing to consider is e-commerce. So for MailChimp, we can check and maybe just go in with the first option, but also do your research on alternative mailing solutions. So I was mentioning another important thing to consider is e-commerce. So e-commerce refers to selling of products or services online. So with e-commerce, we recommend what is referred to as WooCommerce. So WooCommerce is a plugin which enables you to create products and services which users can be able to buy or place orders for them online. So this is good. You can use this to create an online shop or display your products and services which are for sale. Something else also to consider is WhatsApp live chat. So WhatsApp is one of the most commonly used messaging platforms globally. So with WhatsApp, you'll be able to receive WhatsApp messages directly through your website. So simply install either one of these, either click to chat or social chat. Then simply configure it, add your WhatsApp number, and you'll be able to start receiving messages via WhatsApp. So another thing to consider is in the event that you want to run a membership website, you can also install Membership Pro. This is a plugin which will enable you to create members or users to your website, and the users can be able to interact directly, more or less like a social media site. Then you can also consider something to create courses. For courses, you can go with plugins such as Wordpress. So with Wordpress, this is a free plugin which can be able to create a fully online or digital course which can be accessed or also be sold to users online. You can also add another plugin for your sliders. So here I've realized my preferred slider is not available in the WordPress store, but you can download it manually. So this means it's probably only for sale. There's no free version at the moment, but you can also pick Smart Slider 3. That's usually a good plugin for sliders, and it helps you display your information, mainly image content. Something also important to consider is what we refer to as permalinks. When creating your website, permalinks, this is the part after the domain name, where in the event that you have a blog post, what will appear. So always choose the post name and save changes. Once you're done with that, we can look at how to create a blog post. Or even before that, one of the main plugins to always consider is having a search engine optimization plugin. So for this, we recommend Yoast. This helps you better enhance your content for each to be more user-friendly to search engines such as Google and Yahoo and Bing. So here I will try and create a new post. So to create a blog post, simply click Add New. That's under the post section. Once you add the new post, you need to first add in the title. You can then add content. So this can be content related to news, something of interest to people. So the purpose of having blog posts are mainly to drive traffic to your website and create through relevant content which users are searching for, or which also support your current business. So for this, simply we do edit them the same way we edit a page. So you can just drag in parts from the left hand side. You can change the content, type in your own content. You can even add a different number of columns for a row. And once you add this, at the end of the day, always remember you have to publish it. So for this example, we'll try and add an image here. We'll simply drag in the image. You can use a free image from Pixabay. Here we'll search for any relevant term, and we can also even choose the orientation. Let's say we want a vertical image. So you'll realize now we have a couple of suggested images. We can scroll down and pick one which we think seems a bit relevant to what we might be needing to post about or talk about in our post. So I'll choose just any image. I can choose the black image. Insert media. You can also add some dummy content. So under normal circumstances, here you make sure your content flows. So you can use the AIDA principle. So you can start the first statement with grabbing attention, then grabbing interest, then creating desire, and at the end, create a call to action. Now, once you're done, it's always good to add a featured image. So this is an image which will be displayed at the top of your blog post. So once you published it, this will be on the topmost when people are searching for it and also while reading your content. So it makes it more visually appealing. So now once we've published, we can view how it looks like. So this is how the blog post looks like. I realize the featured image is at the top. We have our title and our content. Then you can also notice now the permalink, the format which we are saying. See, it looks more professional and it even looks more appealing when sharing. So in the news section, this is what we chose as our blog page. You should be able to see each blog post which we've created. So at the moment, I only have two. So that's the first one. And the second one, I haven't added a featured image, but that's all. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to connect our domain name emails to Gmail. So to do this first, we'll need to open our email in Webmail for us to be able to get the first information from the mail which was automatically sent to our inbox. So to log in, simply remember it's /webmail after the domain name, and then enter your email address and your password. So the details which we'll need will be under client configuration settings. So these are the same information which we'll be able to use. So go back to your Gmail account, click on the gear icon on the top, click see all settings, then accounts and imports, then scroll down to check mail from other accounts, add a mail account. So the email account, here you enter your full email address related to your domain name. Then after that, simply click next. Then import, click next again. Here the username, insert the full email address. Then enter the password for your email address. Now this is the password related to your domain name email. And then another important thing now here to note is the POP server. So that's the incoming server. Just copy that and paste it back to that slot. And make sure there's no spacing before. So just simply backspace. Then the port, you choose the matching port which is for the incoming server, which will be always written there. And then before you add the account, please remember to always tick these boxes. The first three are important. Then click add account. Now you can also be able to send emails directly from your Gmail. So you can say yes and proceed. So here you can leave the name as it is, click next. Or you can also change the name. This will be the name which will be appearing on the mail address when sending out emails. SMPT server, now here you copy the outgoing server details. And simply paste it back there. For the port, you also pick the port matching the outgoing server. And for the username, remember to put in the full email address. And the password, you'll also put in the password related to your domain name email. And once we are done with this, I will simply click next. So always remember, never confuse these servers and make sure it's the right number. So add account. Now we should be able to receive an email from Gmail for us to verify this information. And after we verify it, our email will be directly linked to Gmail and we'll be able to see it. So I'll go back to my inbox and refresh. So you can give this a couple of seconds or few minutes and the email will arrive and you'll be able to click on the link. So right now you can realize on the left hand side, our email has already appeared, but we first need to accept here. So that's the Gmail confirmation. Simply click on the link and the confirmation, we have to click confirm. And after it's successful, now we can be able to receive emails and send emails related to a domain name directly from our Gmail account. So now you can see, now we have info@learnweb.co.ke. There we have every new mail, we can be able to be receiving it here. And we can also be able to compose and send an email directly using LearnWeb. So you can add multiple emails using this. So you won't be limited to just a few. And this will help you manage your business by centralizing all your email accounts, even from different domain names. So when composing an email, let's say you're in inbox, once you compose, you can choose from which email address do you want to send your mail from. Now it simply now proceed and send emails as you normally do in your Gmail account. And with that said, you'll be done.